September 2008, Valentino Rossi secures his 6th world title in motorcycle racing's elite class and his 8th overall. With more Grand Prix wins in the Premier class than anyone else in history, the Doctor is considered by many to be the greatest rider of all time. His successes have been characterized by a free-spirited desire to entertain, which, together with his sublime talent, have changed the face of motorcycle racing and made him the most charismatic man in motorsport. Like most of his contemporaries, Rossi's Grand Prix career began in the 125cc class, where he picked up the first of his world titles back in 1997. This year, an intriguing newcomer will be contesting the 125cc championship, which could herald the start of a new era in motorcycle racing. But it's not a rider, it's a team. The Maxtra racing project is the result of a collaboration between Haojue, one of China's leading motorcycle manufacturers, and two pillars of the English motorcycling establishment, John Surtees and Gary Taylor.
Around about 3 years ago, I went to China on holiday. I was struck by how many motorcycles there were. Did a bit of research, went to see John Surtees, and we thought, well, there's a huge motorcycle market. I mean, 14.2 million motorcycles a year are sold in China. Compare that to the whole of the European market, it's about 1.2 million. It shows you it's a big domestic market. And Maxtra, which is the Chengjiang group, make just over 3 million motorcycles a year. It took about a year to get their confidence to go ahead on this project, but since then it's taken a total of probably about 3 years to get where we are now. But we'll start racing, and that'll be the first fully Chinese-backed team in the World Championship.
Taylor, who headed the factory Suzuki outfit from the late 70s until 2004, has more team management experience than anyone else in the Grand Prix paddock. John Surtees is a 7-time motorcycle world champion and is the only man in motorsport history to have also won a Formula One world title. Surtees and Taylor have brought together a number of the industry's leading names to ensure Maxtra has the best possible chance of succeeding on the international stage. The team is based at the Harris Performance Facility in England. Harris is an internationally renowned racing specialist with a long history of involvement in Grand Prix and many other forms of motorcycle competition. Engineer and motorcycle enthusiast Simon Wei is managing director of Haojue's new racing department. He's keen to ensure there's an effective exchange of technology between Maxtra in England and the factory engineers in China. His other concern is the pursuit of success on the track.
With regard to the racing aspect, we're focused on a 3-year plan. The first year we'll work hard and learn as much as possible. In year 2 we hope to become truly competitive. And in the 3rd year we hope to be challenging for the World Championship. Once that's completed, we'll evaluate what's happened and work out what to do next.
Racing has long been a proven method of testing design and technology for road-going production motorcycles, so the project has a direct relevance to Haojue's millions of customers, the bulk of whom ride machines with a similar engine capacity to the Maxtra.
I think the model is the Japanese. I see the Chinese motorcycle industry where the Japanese were 40 years ago. And they've obviously looked at how the Japanese built up their industry, and most of it was based around racing. You know, Honda were the first to come in racing, were hugely successful at it, and it's always been the core of their business, you know, and I think that it's a very obvious model for them to follow.
Since the team was launched in May 2008, Maxtra's machine has undergone extensive testing at various circuits in England and Italy. They've signed up fast-rising Austrian Michael Randseder for their debut season and are currently in negotiations with another rider to complete their 2-man team. Michael Wilcox, a racer in the British 125cc Championship, has been the team's principal test rider. Despite the odd hiccup, Wilcox has provided invaluable feedback to the engineers regarding the bike's handling and power characteristics. John Surtees has also underlined his breadth of knowledge at the testing sessions. Now 74, Surtees' energy and enthusiasm for motorcycle racing remains undiminished.
John brings a lot because he's got a huge amount of experience and he's very technically alert and aware, and he brings lots of inroads for us into the Formula One world. You know, he's incredibly well connected, and he's opening our eyes really to new possibilities that we might not have thought about.
Should Maxtra enjoy a measure of success in the 125s, there's a possibility that Haojue may expand their racing project and go head-to-head with the likes of Yamaha, Honda and Ducati on the MotoGP grid, as well as challenge the global dominance of the road bike market that Japan has enjoyed since the 1970s.
It's something which could have a lot of momentum. We need to get this sort of first year under our belt and get the team all gelling well, and also bring it together with the main factory in China, and then who knows.
I really think that in 10 years you'll see Chinese brands as well known in the marketplace and on the streets of the world as you see the Japanese ones now. I think it's exactly what they will be doing. They have the manpower, they have the technology, huge technology base in China. What they don't understand is racing at the moment because they've never had any, and that's what essentially John and I are doing, is the technology transfer, bringing them up to date on racing technology.
The 2009 Grand Prix season gets underway in April. Transworld Sport will keep you updated with Maxtra's progress as they attempt to reconfigure motorcycling's old order.